Welcome to the Little League Softball World Series, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. What a fun day we have in Greenville. The pros are in the house today for our first elimination game in Greenville as Austintown Little League of Ohio faces Almaden Little League of San Jose, California. Big day with the celebrities in the house. The Women of Athletes Unlimited are here. They're playing a couple of games later tonight. This morning they're here to cheer on the young ladies competing in the World Series. And those who have been competing, we've seen some really good teams. How about Puerto Rico? Off to a great 2-0 start. North Carolina, Rowan County, outscoring the opposition 15-0. Texas won better, 16-0 over their first two games, as they are off to a 2-0 start. Massapequa out of New York rallied to defeat Connecticut last night in their first game. They are 1-0. We got a few 2-0 teams, 1-0 team, 7 teams looking for their first win here. Matt Schick alongside Jenny Dalton Hill. A special day, an unprecedented day, if you will, as you've got the Little Leaguers and the paid professionals converging in Greenville.
Yeah, this has been a partnership that they've been looking to get together in the same town for quite some time, able to pull it off this year, and you can tell the atmosphere that they've brought to the field today for these Little Leaguers. They're so excited to be able to play in front of their heroes. And
some of the heroes in the stands here today, you got to give them the VIP seats, right? Right behind home plate.
Yeah, in the sun, and it's a hot one. So ladies, stay hydrated. It's going to be a long day, but I know that this is a special moment for a lot of these families to be able to see their heroes.
And these young players are going to need some of that support. Again, both of these teams in familiar territory as they are looking for their first win. Not only that, their first run here in the Little League Softball World Series. And both of these teams won multiple elimination games in the regional. California won 3 straight to get here.
Yeah, they definitely know how to play with their backs against the wall, and they came into a buzzsaw against Texas, couldn't score a run. The bats went quiet, so today looking to really pick those things up and swing away hard.
And for Ohio, just like in Greenville, lost the opening game of their regional and then won 6 consecutive elimination games.
They had to play 3 games in 24 hours. They know what it's like to play in pressure situations. So both of these teams very familiar with playing in an elimination game.
Let's meet the girls from Austintown.
My name is Zara Burt, and my favorite basketball player is LeBron James.
My name is Tori Greathouse, and my favorite drink is sweet tea.
My name is Ava Fisher. My favorite food is French fries.
My name is Amadi Beardsley, and my favorite food is chicken Alfredo.
My name is Seneca Coates, and my favorite college is Stanford.
My name is Bella Matter, and my favorite music artist is Taylor Swift.
My name is Mila Hamley, and my dream job is to become a marine mammalologist.
My name is Lexi Petrillo, and my favorite person is my mom.
My name is Kate Averill. My favorite vacation was to Iceland.
My name is Gracie Fonda, and my favorite drink is lemonade.
My name is Annabelle Mikesell, and my favorite subject is math.
My name is Gianna Hoops, and my favorite team is Savannah Bananas.
My name is Bella Baumgart, and my favorite color is blue.
And the Ohio lineup, again, they lost 5-0 to North Carolina. And in that game, got off to a 2-for-6 start at the plate, then finished 0-for-13 with 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, they really need to attack early, knowing that this game means everything to be able to stay in the Little League World Series.
13 in the lineup for the ladies from Austintown Little League. And they will be facing Maya Parada in the circle today for California. 10:04 a.m. on the East Coast. First pitch misses for a ball. As Seneca Coates stands in there against Parada. What are we going to see from Parada?
Parada throws mid to upper 40s, fastball, changeup, hits her spots well. Pretty accurate with that fastball and changeup. Plays well off of her backup, Jada. So throws batters off with her speed. Through 2 2/3 innings in their first game.
2-0 high fastball swinging there, and that one just out of the glove to Vaguedera. And there's Dad looking on. Big game for Ohio, Seneca Coates. Coates is one of those players that if she can just get on base, she can help set the table. Coaches call her an automatic run when she gets on.
Well, and she's a triple threat. She was 10 for 18 in regionals with 6 stolen bases, so a ton of speed and able to set the tone at the top.
She was 0 for 2 in Sunday's loss to North Carolina with a strikeout. So see if Coates can get things started here for Ohio, who had only 2 hits in that game on Sunday. That one on the outside corner for a called strike 3.
Early in a game, it's hard to know if that outside pitch is going to be called. That was a generous strike on the outside. That information needs to be talked about back in the dugout for Ohio to be successful against Prada in the circle.
Give these players a lot of credit all week. There's not a lot of arguing. Body language has been fine. You just got to suck it up sometimes and head to the dugout. Kate Averill at the plate, 1-0. She was 0 for 2 on Sunday as well. A 13-year-old from Austintown Middle School.
When in these games, Matt, it's really hard sometimes to settle down the nerves and be successful in the circle early. It can be hard with the butterflies flying, and especially on the parents. You can always tell a pitcher's parent standing in the stands.
All the parents taking their time, spending their money to come on out here, and many of them taking off of work. Spend at least a few days. Some will be spending more than a week here.
Everybody wants to spend at least a week here, knowing that takes you all the way through the championship.
And a 4-pitch walk to Averill.
Good eye by Averill to put herself on. She's known as a contact hitter, so in this situation, she had 2 stolen bases in regionals. This team has a group of girls that is able to steal on their own. Coach trusts them to read the ball in the dirt and take off and expose some weaknesses early.
We'll see how aggressive they are here at first base. Squaring is Mike Sell, pulls it back, runner goes, throw down, good throw, but a good slide to the outside of the bag there from Averill. Stolen base and a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of aggressive base running, and early in a game you want to put pressure on the defense while the nerves can be running high. So great job by stealing that bag and putting herself in scoring position.
Annabelle Mike Sell, 12 years old, call her AB. One of the more improved players here on this team. Fan of Caitlin Clark, Ohio State football, and Oklahoma softball. So she's got the Big 10, the Big 12, soon to be SEC, all covered. The 1-1. That one is ripped to left, and that's going to go over the left fielder's head. Hannigan. Rounding third and scoring is Averill. And heading into third base is Mike Sell for the RBI triple. And Ohio has its first run in the Little League World Series.
Hey, let's try now,
It always allows your mom and dad to take a deep sigh of relief when you can go upstairs and absolutely crush that ball up in the zone to left field over the head of Aspen Hannigan out there in left. She has to turn and go all the way to the wall to pick it up. An easy score for Ohio. Mom, that's for you.
Good bunt thrown down, and now the runner's going to come home, and she's going to slide in there safely. So the sacrifice works. You saw the pitcher, Parada, did not give a look over to third at all. And that certainly allowed Mike Sell to score the second run and get a good jump.
Well, Matt, that was a safety squeeze. There was no break on third base to be able to come in or to break on that pitch. So as she watched the throw go to first, that's when she broke. Good safety squeeze, execution perfect. Now 2 runs on the board.
Great start for Ohio. And now to center field goes Greathouse. That one drops in front of the center fielder, Ferguson. Greathouse thinking about second. She will hold at first. 2 hits in the inning, 2 runs have come home. And with 2 outs, Ohio still going.
Well, and this hit to the outfield had a little English off the bat. You could tell because Lily Ferguson went to her left and then had to break back to her right as the ball moved through the air with that spin coming off the bat.
Ohio now has just as many hits today as they had in their entire game on Sunday against North Carolina. Team went 2 for 19 on Sunday. Right now they are 2 for 3. Mila Hamley is going to be in the circle today for Ohio. Bunch of run support. She hasn't even towed the pitcher's plate yet as Greathouse heads to second base.
Well, you can tell that Ohio has taken the box with a little bit different kind of determination than they had in their first game, able to string a bunch of hits together, put pressure on this California team defensively, and continue to run the bases well.
Hamley, that one is snared by Isabella Aguilera. 2 runs come home after 2 hits in the inning. The Central Regional champs up 2-0.
Hey guys, it's Sis Bates. Congrats on making it to the Little League World Series, and remember to have so much fun.
One of the great stars of the game. Former great softball player, now with Athletes Unlimited, Sis Bates. Heard many of her teammates from AU are here to support teams like California. Let's meet them.
My name is Aspen Hannigan, and my favorite team is the Giants.
My name is Azarias Garibaldi Munoz, and my favorite movie is Nightmare Before Christmas.
My name is Anya Kapoor, and my favorite color is purple.
My name is Jada Jake, and my favorite food is fettuccine alfredo.
My name is Brooklyn Scott, and my favorite athlete is Haley Jones.
My name is Lily Ferguson, and my favorite athlete is Kinsey Hansen.
My name is Izzy Aguirre, and my favorite food is sushi.
My name is Layla Ortiz, and I love to cook. My name is Kira Gutierrez, and I want to be a Disney storyboard artist when I grow up.
My name is Maya Parada, and my favorite food is pupusas.
My name is Layton Barger, and my favorite movie is A League of Their Own.
My name is Danica Garcia, and my favorite softball player is Taryn Kern.
That's California, which averaged a little more than 5.5 runs per game in the regional that they won out west. Still looking for their first run here.
Yeah, and the top of the lineup in Gutierrez and Drake combined for 12 hits in regionals, looking to wake those bats up and come back against a 2-run deficit that was put up in the top of the inning.
And they will face Mila Hamley, who pitched pretty well on Sunday. Just North Carolina got the better of her, and she didn't get any run support.
Yeah, it was the run support that really they struggled with. Mila Hamley threw 118 pitches in that game against North Carolina, but she's had a day's rest and is able to come in pretty fresh, throwing mid to upper 50s. Her screwball is her most dominant pitch, but she's also got a fastball, a rise ball, and a curveball. But expect to see that changeup every so often. She's worked on it, she's developed it, and she's ready to show it off.
Hamley went 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 strikeouts in that complete game. Kira Gutierrez, 12-year-old from San Jose, standing in here. A fairly quick turnaround for a California team that played its first game late yesterday afternoon. It wrapped up around 5:30 last night. Go out to dinner, go home, go back to the hotel, and bright and early you're here facing elimination.
Yeah, you have to make sure that you're ready to go every day here, knowing that if you lose, you go home, but they get to play in front of their heroes today.
Putting the bunt down, third baseman Mike Sale up with it. Hard throw to first, one away.
Great defense backing up Mila Hamley in the circle today. Over there at third base, Annabelle Mikesell charge hard. Nice play across the diamond to get the first out. But I love the way that she charges so hard on this bunt. She reads it well, comes in aggressively, is able to field it athletically with a really nice throw to make things look pretty easy.
Now Jada Drake, daughter of the head coach, manager John Drake, who is the third base coach here for California. What a moment in regionals when she finished it off in the championship game from the circle. Dad got to watch. That was a pretty pressure-packed situation. Runner on third, and got the last 2 outs. And Dad was in tears after the game.
Well, they got to play on TV as we listen into Coach talking to his daughter. And they got to play on TV in that championship game, and he called his mom and said, but his mom didn't answer the phone. So she didn't hear the fact that they were going to be on TV. She got home from being out on her errands, got home, turned the TV on, didn't realize she was watching her granddaughter and son.
Yeah, it was funny to hear Coach Drake tell the story. He's talking to his mother on the phone afterwards. Said, yeah, I watched it. It was 2 teams in blue. Yeah, that was us, Mom. That was us. That was your granddaughter that was pitching. It's like, oh, yeah, it was a good game. Yeah, it was us. It was your family.
Early.
3-2 here to Jada Drake. This team from San Jose, California. Out here in North Carolina. Just a little late there. Still 3-2.
And I've been in that third base coach's box with my daughter in the batter's box trying to execute. The amount of nerves that are in your body as the parent are quadruple what the athlete is feeling in the box.
Inside, and a nice walk there for Jada Drake. And she'll look across the diamond. The signals from her father, see how aggressive they get here and try and test Bella Baumgart. That was an 0-2 count. And she draws the walk. If we look at some of the Athletes Unlimited, Kelsey Stewart against signing autographs. They'll be, might get some carpal tunnel this week with all the signing of softballs.
Luckily, they'll be able to trade out halfway through the day as these teams are practicing today as they play tomorrow. But a ton of names that are just become icons of the sport will be able to sit and watch these games here in Greenville today.
Izzy Aguirre at the plate for California. From Albion Little League in San Jose.
Well, Matt, it was maybe more cool for the Athletes Unlimited players to come and see how excited these little leaguers were when they came to the hotel and just absolutely were screaming and cheering and clapping as their favorite players were walking through the hotel. They were able to interact with them and take pictures with them, get their autographs. Pretty cool experience for these young 10 through 12-year-olds being able to meet these pros.
Swing and a miss and a strikeout. First of the day for Hamley. 2 away.
Ball up in the zone can be a really hard one to lay off of, and Mila Hamley has good movement up at the top of the zone, and as it rides up to the letters, it's hard to lay off of. Really nice cut, but that ball up is going to be a difference maker here today.
Danica Garcia now with Drake still on first. 0-1. Garcia also plays some volleyball and basketball there in San Jose. Inside the throw back, Drake in time.
Garcia is one of the most dangerous hitters on this lineup. She led the league in home runs this year. They call her a gentle giant, but she really packs a punch with that big, huge swing that she's able, if she's able to connect.
It was 0 for 1 last night against Texas with a strikeout. And now down to the count 1-2.
Well, Mila Hamley is throwing with some pretty good velocity into the circle. A lot of these hitters a little bit late, and that's why we heard Coach Drake talking about see it early. You have to react a little bit earlier when the ball's coming in with this much velocity.
The 1-2. Could not catch up to that one, and a second strikeout for the third out of the inning for Hamley. California down 2-0. Ohio trying to increase the deficit. Coming up. The Little League Softball World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Throwing out the ceremonial first pitch today, Victoria Hayward, 2020 Olympic team member for Team Canada, played at Washington. Of course, delivers a strike. A lot of pressure. You know, when you're a paid professional, got to throw the strike. She did, and she is here with us now. What was this experience like so far today?
So awesome. We were able to chat with the team a little bit coming in. They're from San Jose, which is right near where I grew up. So they're just so excited to be here. We've just been overwhelmed with love, and just every girl that we've seen is super excited for us to be here, and that just brings us back to when we were little. It's awesome.
Well, and when it comes to being out here, you know that you make such a huge impression on these athletes. Have you guys gotten together and talked about the things that you need to impress upon them while you're together?
I think just something we love about Athletes Unlimited is the joy that you see us play with. And I think that's what we want to impress upon them is failure is okay. Let's have fun. Let's just play with a lot of energy. And so we tried to bring that into our little high five lines and just show them that we're just as excited to see them as hopefully they're going to bring the energy for our games later too.
Yeah, you guys showed up at the hotel yesterday, and it's kind of a mob scene there in the lobby. I think the kids had your itinerary as that one drops right in front of the center fielder. And that will be a base hit for Ohio and Ava Fisher to lead off the second inning. But the hotel video, you guys are off the bus. And the young ladies are all there holding signs. I mean, you guys are rock stars.
I know, they had little gifts for us, little thoughtful pictures of them, some little goodies. It was awesome. And just after a long travel day to be greeted with smiles, their excitement was pretty cool.
What was that travel like, by the way?
A couple delays. The universe really did not want us to make it here. We had a few scares on the plane, but no, it was all good. No complaints.
That's great.
For real.
Well, and you've had some big changes, too, in your life. You're now making a big move back to what you would maybe consider home, but going back to Washington as an assistant coach. What's that going to be like?
Super exciting. I'm super honored. I mean, going back to your alma mater and where you played is something really special. I know I played before any of these kids were even born, so I'm aging myself a little bit, but to be able to go back to something that means so much is awesome, and I'm excited to help build upon the already amazing history of Washington softball.
Well, and to be able to coach with your coach, that's kind of cool to be able to go back and coach with Heather Tarr, who is now working with USA softball too.
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the best in our game for a reason. She's amazing. I look up to her in so many ways. So 2 people from my staff, Lance Glasso's there, which is awesome. And then being on staff with someone I played with, Courtney Gano, and now Sis Bates is joining us on staff. It's just a really cool just breadth of UW softball history that we get to just continue to work with every day.
Former Washington Husky and 2020 Olympic team member for Team Canada here in the house with us, along with Athletes Unlimited. As we see Fisher head to second base now. What do you think of the caliber of play out here for Little League? Some really talented players.
Oh yeah, I mean, when Central's pitcher came out and started throwing, I held back. I was like, you guys, hold on. She's throwing fire.
Third baseman, Drake,
great play.
With the play across the diamond. Extra base taken there by Fisher on the throw, but the ground out for Burt. But back to what you were saying about Hamley.
Yeah, I love the use of little softball or a little small ball. We've seen a couple buns, but the pitching, wow, that really blew me away. That was pretty awesome. So some good offense so far. Excited to see Wes get a little momentum. Probably rooting for Wes a little bit, but I always just love good softball. So the pitching has been pretty cool.
Beardsley tries to put it down. Catcher takes the short hop. Now no one's covering home, and a run is going to score. Wasn't exactly the picturesque type of bunt you want to put down there for Beardsley. It looked like Brooklyn Scott might have been able to make that catch. He short hops it. It's a tough play in terms of the decision you have to make here. Kind of a no man's land.
Well, it's all about communication. Your pitcher, your catcher have to realize if one's going to go for it, the other has to come back and have the coverage. And so with the catcher, Garibaldi Munoz coming out and getting that, it's up to Parada to come back and cover the plate to be able to make that play at home.
There's so much strategy in this game that I think gets under-talked about, underappreciated here, where you square, you got to crash, you got to cover. Everyone's got a responsibility on every pitch, whether it's in play or not.
Absolutely. And I think it's awesome even just to see a catcher go out and make that play. Like,
right.
To go out and go for it. I mean, this is high-level stuff you're talking about secondary coverages and just, you know, when one person moves, that makes someone else move, and you're always kind of playing off of each other. But I just love, I mean, right now in softball, baseball, it's all about the home run, but I'm loving just putting pressure on defenses, making them make a play, making them get uncomfortable out of position. And I love just the teaching that brings to the game.
And the cover. There's the secondary coverage there from Gutierrez for out number 3. Victoria Hayward. Unfortunately, we're going to have to let you go back in the sun. You can hang out with us a little longer if you'd like, but thanks for being with us. Great job, and looking forward to Athletes Unlimited later on today. Little League Softball continues. History will be made this year as professional softball comes to Greenville, North Carolina for the first time ever. Athletes Unlimited Pro Games at the Little League Softball World Series on Wednesday. Learn more at littleleague.org/athletesunlimited. Matt Schick, Jenny Dalton Hill, 3-0 Ohio over California. Athletes Unlimited. Got local media and other folks talking, and we had said goodbye. I feel like every half inning we're going to say, Victoria, thanks for joining us. You're like, wait, there's air conditioning in here. I am not leaving.
It's not just about the air conditioning. It's also about the company. I love this view we're having. I get to see my captain on the screen. I'm here for all of it.
There you go.
We're going to be in the 6th inning. Victoria Hayward still with us here in the booth.
Well, she can break down the plays, too. I don't need to do it. I mean, she's well seasoned in this kind of capacity.
Jenny's going to hit up a food truck, and you're going to be here just hanging out?
I can bring ice cream. I'm just saying. There was good ice cream yesterday.
My rate is low.
It's very low. Having fun up here in the booth. There's Dakota Ice. All right, it's calling your name, Jenny. All right, there it is. 0-2 count here.
All right, I'll be right back.
As Hamley delivers to Anya Kapoor. It is hot out there. It's going to reach 90s again today. The 0-2 count here to Kapoor. Staying alive here. What, as you're watching, what are you looking for? I feel like it'd be like an actor watching a movie. Like, you're not just there to enjoy it. You're actually critiquing. What are you looking at?
I think just ability to make adjustments. I think Jenny was talking about it earlier. Just we're throwing hard with the K there, but how fast can a team make adjustments? Like, if you're uncomfortable with the velocity, you know, you have to be, it's the team that can make the adjustments the quickest that's able to, you know, put pressure on the defense and score runs. So I think just whether that's a team strategy, an individual strategy, I think softball is about adjustments, and that doesn't matter what level you're playing at.
Well, and it's not just adjustments, it's making sure you can deal with failure. There's a ton of times where you don't get the job done. What are some of the coping mechanisms that you've put into play knowing that you can't always be successful?
It's so hard. I think even at 31, I'm still figuring that out. You know, you go through waves where everything's awesome, and then all of a sudden nothing works, right? So I think just trying to find the reasons why you love the game and leaning on that, leaning on your teammates. I mean, we play a team sport for a reason. These relationships are everything. I mean, these girls will be connected for the rest of their lives just from this experience. So I think just, you know, enjoying that it's hard, because it makes the moments that are great and the moments where you succeed so much more impactful.
Victoria Hayward hanging out here in the booth. Yeah, she did go again. So 0-2 count here to Aspen Hannigan. As you reflect on your youth, and it wasn't that long ago, but
thank you for that.
Thinking about some of the memories you have from youth rec in Little League sports and Little League softball, what comes to mind?
I think just, you know, playing every position, learning. I mean, I started out my first season as a right-handed hitter, left-handed thrower, playing shortstop. I pitched a little bit. I was, you know, just doing everything, figured out how to slap, move to the left side. I think it just gives you such a beautiful space to explore and learn about yourself, learning so much about, you know, friendships, relationships, failure. I just look back and it was so fun, and I learned so much through not only softball but a whole bunch of other sports that, you know, we're able to play. But I think a lot, this game has given us a lot, traveling the world. You know, we mentioned the Olympics, now with Athletes Unlimited. I think just it all starts here. It all starts just picking a sport because it was the one in season and my parents thought it sounded fun. I don't know. I don't know how the universe aligned for me to start playing softball, but so many great memories.
Poor ladies, they're baking in the sun.
Not you. When it comes to this situation, though, with your experience in the Olympics, was there one moment that just stood out in that moment where you could stand there and just take it all in?
I think it was just before, honestly, that first game. You know, it was COVID. We weren't sure if it was even going to happen. Even in the days leading up to the Olympics, there was so much uncertainty. We were testing daily. You were kind of just living scared, honestly. And so before that first game, to actually, you know, wrap your arms around your teammates and be like, we waited a long time and this is actually happening. Like, we're here, it's actually happening. Let's make this everything we wanted it to be. I mean, no parents in the stands, which was sad, but.
I like your Rocky and Bullwinkle celebration.
Oh yeah, that's our moose antlers, baby.
Is it? That's
Team
great.
Canada, representing.
But more than anything, with not playing in front of fans, while probably anticlimactic, is still such a cool experience to win bronze,
Absolutely.
be able to sit on the medal stand and hear your anthem. I mean, that's cool stuff.
Oh, and the game is the game, no matter who's watching, who's there. I mean, to get to experience it with family would have been amazing, but just the bonds that you create with teammates and just that impact of having them there was enough. Just having experienced so much through COVID, through training, through moving away from our families, everything that we'd sacrificed for that moment, really those were the people that you wanted to be able to celebrate that with. So those games, no fans in the stands, but they were the most intense games I've ever played and will ever play. So I'm sure these girls are out here feeling the pressure, and the game just provides that, which is why we love it so much.
Layla Ortiz at the plate, puts that one foul. What are you looking forward to later on today? This is a really cool convergence of little leaguers and pro players. Got a couple of games later on ESPN2.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I think just the girls are so excited. So just every interaction we're able to have with them, we're excited to explore some of these tents that we have out here. Just, you know, experience like this whole event for what it is beyond just softball. I'm excited to get to see a little Team Canada team, but just excited to give some love to these girls.
Okay, I'm being told we're thanking you again. So thanks for being here. Maybe we'll see you after the break. I really don't know, but it's 3-0 Ohio as we head to the third inning. Victoria Hayward. Welcome back to the Little League Softball World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Greenville, North Carolina, 3-0 Ohio. And we do have a new pitcher for California. It is Jada Drake, one of the heroes from the regional for California. What are we going to see from her in the circle?
And Jada Drake throws a little bit faster, has a fastball and a changeup, has been working on a peel drop. That location and speed definitely going to pay off as she's a little bit of a different look from the circle.
Couple of changes as Layla Ortiz moves over to second base. Kira Gutierrez now at shortstop as Drake is in the circle. And Lane Barger manning third base. Bella Mattern at the plate. Kept her weight back for that one. It's a short hop to Barger. Makes the play and a good stretch. Tough play for the third baseman. Her first play after the defensive switches, and that's about as good a play as you could hope for.
I tell you what, whenever you enter the game in a new spot, the ball will always find you. But look at the aggressive defensive move, going down to the knees, but strong enough to get up and make a great throw across the diamond. That right there is an elite level play. Nice job by the new third baseman, Lane Barger.
Gianna Hoops, 11-year-old, turning 12 in just a couple of days. Just have to look. You ever get that sense? Like, what day is it? What date is it? Like a elementary school kid, just cannot figure it out. Her birthday's tomorrow.
Well,
she turns 12 tomorrow. Gianna Hoops.
I think she's hoping that her birthday is going to be celebrated in North Carolina and not back home.
No, it's our technical director. It's her birthday today, Brittany.
Happy birthday, Brittany.
And I was not told that. I knew that.
I don't know if I should believe you or not.
Happy birthday, Brittany. People celebrating birthdays here on the road, whether you're working or you're playing. Hoops fouls that one. Hoops looking for her first hit of the week. Waves through that one for a strike three. Nice off speed there for Jada Drake.
Tell you what, that changeup is a tough one. She does a really good job of masking it by keeping her motion the same speed, but you look at that tuck knuckle, you know that it's coming in a little bit slower. Swing and a miss way out in front of it. That pitch is going to be difficult for Ohio to combat.
Coates pounds this one to center. Ferguson going back and making the play for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Jada Drake and California. Still looking for some hits and some runs this week. Next. Well, they'll get to meet their favorite players today, but in the past, Mila Hamley got to meet this player, Montana Fouts. Look at that, former Little Leaguer, and then turned into a college star, a college legend, knee brace and all at the University of Alabama, dealing with adversity, doing it with a smile, and leaving a legacy there at Alabama. And she was listed as one of the favorite players for a lot of these players here in Little League.
Most namely, Mila Hamley, able to meet her special icon at one of the camps that's been able to be put on now that the NIL rules have been instituted, so that Montana Fouts can have her own brand and make money off of her name, image, and likeness.
Just a few years ago, Mila Hamley attended a Montana Fouts pitching camp, like you said, and there's video that mom and dad shot, getting to not only meet your idol, but work with your idol. Nice catch there by the third baseman, Mike Zell, for the first out.
Well, in those interactions, you don't understand how life-changing they can be for these young athletes who look up to the college players and the pro players so much. And Montana Fouts is maybe the perfect ambassador for our game, knowing how personable she is, what a big heart she has for the younger players. My daughter was able to play with her in travel ball before college, and Montana Fouts was one of my favorite people ever, being able to sit in the dugout and coach with her dad in the dugout.
Azareas Garibaldi Munoz now at the plate. The 11-year-old, man of Steph Curry, Jordy Ball. A pretty good one legend and one legend in the making. Yeah, the former Oklahoma Sooner, now at Nebraska.
And I wonder who it is that, or if any of these players will change their favorite players, because they won't be able to see Jordy Ball as much.
Maybe they'll change their favorite team.
Maybe.
Over to Nebraska.
I think that's exactly what Nebraska's hoping.
The 1-2 swing and a miss. 5th strikeout for Mila Hamley, who is dealing today in Greenville.
Mila Hamley, so stoic in the circle, does a good job of just continuing to fill the zone with strikes, get those swing and miss, but it's that up pitch again that gets the swing and miss. We know that that rise ball is an important piece of the puzzle for her, and she continues to use it.
Maya Parada at the plate for California. California still looking for their first hit today. They only have 1 hit so far in the Little League World Series, coming yesterday in the loss to Texas. That was a 4-inning run rule loss, 11-0. 11 swing and miss from the right arm of Hamley so far today.
Yeah, she's coming in with some really good velocity and some pretty good movement. That up pitch is so hard to lay off of as a power hitter looking to drive the ball to the outfield. A ball up in the zone is the one you want to swing at, but she's doing a good job of elevating it. Good execution, though, in the box there to stay off that pitch by Maya Parada.
Parada trying to, talks about how she's working on her mental side. Her mom reminds her to stay calm, stay confident, but couldn't catch up to that one. 6 strikeouts for Hamley. That's as many as she had on Sunday in that complete game against North Carolina. All Ohio so far. Magic Jenny Dalton-Hill, first inning, Ohio wasting little time.
Yeah, big hit by Annabelle Mikesell, big triple, driving in a run, then using some small ball, a little safety squeeze action by Bella Baumgart to score another run in the first. Mila Hamley, though, Matt, in the circle, has been using that rise ball and a changeup to be able to help out and get a ton of strikeouts. She's been so good in the circle, and that velocity is really helping her out.
6 strikeouts, as many as she had in her last game on Sunday. 3-0 for Ohio. That's the fans, players from the Europe-Africa Regional, the Italy team, playing later on as well. Matt Schick, Jenny Dalton-Hill, and this is it's a hot day here in Greenville, but that's not doing anything to deter the need to dance in the stands.
And that's our coaches, too, in the green visor. I mean, you got to love it when a coach is willing to step in and just go right into the dance moves. It wasn't even a TikTok.
Kids are taking a water break, and coaches are doing a dance break.
Yeah, and it's down below them. They're copying or imitating the young man dancing on the concourse. Gotta love that kind of interaction between the fans and the support staff here for Little League.
Taking a few extra minutes here, a little water break for the young ladies. Midway through this 6-inning affair, 3-0 Ohio. California still looking for their first hit of the day and their first run of the week. You think about Ohio. Talking to Coach Matt Hamley, who's going to be the third base coach here coming out. This was an Ohio team that just a few short years ago just was hard to compete with other Little Leagues, and now is here in the Little League Softball World Series, the first of 4 games. Today coming up, Canada and Connecticut. We'll have that for you here on ESPN+. That's an elimination game. Italy and Oregon, likewise. And North Carolina, champs of the Southeast region. That's from Pitt County, taking on the Philippines. An elimination game on ESPN2, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Cool to have 2 teams from North Carolina able to show up here in the World Series. One winning the state championship, getting the host opportunity, and the other one coming through regionals.
Averill puts it down. Jada Drake with a nice play, fielding her position for the first out. Thinking about Ohio and Matt Hamley coaching third base. He said he started coaching the 8U All-Stars and they would get whooped by the other communities. He said we just could not be on the field with them. and then realized we just couldn't show up in the spring and expect to compete. We have to put in the work. As Annabelle Mikesell, diving catch! Jada Drake, highlight reel in foul territory. How did she get to that one?
That is a play that should be on our top 10 Sports Center. I mean, that play right there, laying all the way out, that has Odyssey Alexander vibes, diving. You don't see a pitcher come away with that kind of athleticism very often, and that right there, whoo, buddy, I'd play behind that any day.
Too bad they don't count that for a run. That was a great defensive play for Jada Drake. Doing what she can to hold Ohio at bay and erase Mikesell at the plate. Now Bella Baumgart. Saw a great defensive play last night for New York. Right center field. That was a Sports Center top 10 play. Maybe another one emerging here in Greenville. Baumgart, slow roll at a third. Barger, look at the defense for California. 1, 2, 3, 5-pitch inning for Jada Drake. Have to get the bats going. They're running out of time. We're in the 4th. How about Drake? Put a star next to this one.
To wish you good luck at the Little League Softball World Series. Make sure you be where your feet are, enjoy that atmosphere, soak in every moment, and good luck.
To the great athletes, Athletes Unlimited. Pro softball players wishing the young ladies good luck, and so many of those players here today as we are set for a couple of games later on today at ESPN2. Athletes Unlimited, the pro showcase here today in Greenville.
Well, and when you talk about two people that know the atmosphere of the championship situation, those two definitely do, as Sierra Romero played for Michigan and her sister able to play for Oklahoma. I mean, those two definitely know what it's like to play with a ton of pressure.
Sierra Romero, she could hit bombs there for Michigan. Carol Hutchins fouled away 0-2.
When Sierra Romero, the one player that I kind of have a little angst against, I'm not going to lie, she beat my runs scored record that was held for like 25 years. So she's one of those players that I do think pretty highly of because she took my name out of the record book. Kind of cool.
You think highly of her because she erased you from the record book?
Yes, because what she was able to do was...
I would resent her so much.
I still have one, so there's one record I'm holding on to with a very firm grip.
3 straight strikeouts for Hamley, number 7 on the day. And California just doesn't have many answers for the pitcher in the circle.
Yeah, but what happens in this pitch is she rides the ball up and away. So not only is she just going up now she's extending off the plate. It's going to be hard for this California team to be able to come against her if they can't lay off those pitches up in the zone.
Kira Gutierrez. 0 for 3 this week. Kira Gutierrez says her grandfather, such a huge supporter, always sends her a game day text to give her a boost. They could use a boost here in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss.
Well, always finding ways to interact with family is so important, especially for a young athlete who has to deal with failure and pressure and all the anxiety that goes into being on the stage here at the World Series.
Skies this one to right field. Mattern coming in, making the catch for out number 2. You want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleLeague.org. Enter your address to find a Little League community program near you.
Now batting number 6, Jada Drake.
We've seen so many young athletes come and watch the World Series and then have that be the dream of what they want to do. Be able to put on a uniform that represents a region and play for a championship.
Here's Jada Drake, who was instrumental in that regional championship and might have found herself in a SportsCenter top 10 play with that diving catch in the previous half inning.
And that's my favorite play of this entire series so far. To see a pitcher not just come out of the circle, but to lay out in foul ground, you've got to be kidding me. That right there was the play of the week so far.
I liked watching your reaction on the replay. Might as well have been your daughter out there. You were great. Oh, and a strike 3. Mila Hamley has struck out 2 batters in each of the first 4 innings. Ohio with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, big strikeout pitch goes right down the middle and unable to pick the bat off the shoulder. She goes down with another strikeout for Mila Hamley.
Hey girls, this is Taryn Kern from Stanford Softball, and I just wanted to say my family and I have been following you guys' journey, and we are so pumped you've made it this far. We're so proud of you guys for representing our hometown, and everyone at home is watching, cheering you guys on. My family and I will be watching your game, so good luck today and have fun. We're cheering for you. Bye.
Taryn Kern, former All-American, formerly at Indiana, now at Stanford. A recent transfer, and a lot of folks on this California Almaden Little League out of San Jose listing her as a favorite player. In fact, from that area, our third baseman right now, Lane Barger. This is Taryn Kern, a family friend. Known her since Barger was 6 years old, and has helped her out a lot.
Yeah, another friend, family friend of Danica Garcia. Just kind of cool that they're able to have such a dynamic player in the college ranks as somebody they can look up to and know personally, to be able to garner some, you know, words of wisdom every now and again and have in their back pocket for the tough moments.
There's Barger. Says she's helped me with my hitting, helped teach me not to drop my hands and roll over too early with my hands on the swing. Foul away.
Well, if that's all it takes, I wish I knew Taryn Kern earlier in my life, too. Fortunately, she wasn't alive when I was playing.
You would have only hit 700 home runs.
Well, maybe Sierra Romero wouldn't have beat me then.
That's right. Missed opportunities. Tori Greathouse at the plate. California trying to hold Ohio at bay. Off speed, still 2-2. Jada Drake. To Greathouse. 3-2.
And one of the things that her dad said about Jada Drake, head coach John Drake said about Jada, he said she's just cool under pressure. But with a 3-run lead, it really allows a pitcher to settle in and play so calm, knowing that they've got that lead in their back pocket.
Drake with the strikeout of Greathouse. 1 away. There's Dad.
And he's looking pretty calm and cool in the dugout there, too. That's a great pitch to just take that away. Good movement. Outside part of the plate. Swing and miss. It's got a little drop spin on it, but that one came in pretty straight.
Her pitching counterpart, Mila Hamley, now at the plate. Lined out her last time up. Check that, Tori Greathouse now at the plate. It was Baumgart. Struck out previously. Tori Greathouse for Ohio. The 1-1.
Greathouse had a really good hit in her last at bat, took it to center field, then used her wheels to steal a base. So sitting in the 5 spot for this lineup.
That one under the glove of the second baseman Ortiz. Base hit here for Greathouse. And a 1-out single for Ohio.
Well, and Layla Ortiz has pretty good range over there at second base, but this ball is hit so hard that she doesn't have a lot of time for that lateral move to get over to this ball. Moves her feet really well, tries the backhand, but just over the glove, couldn't rein it in. So a nice little base hit, keeping her 2 for 2 on the day.
Number 13, Mila Hamley.
Now Mila Hamley at the plate. Brooklyn Scott, good catcher, good backstop. It's Hamley, flare, first baseman. Oh, she makes the catch. Aguirre made the catch and was trying to dive to first as she was catching it. Not sure she would have gotten it anyway for the double play, but records the second out.
But I like that heads-up thinking, knowing where the secondary play is going to be. She reins in the catch, but then her feet just slip out from under her. We did get rain in the area last night, so perhaps that grass a little bit slick over there. But I appreciate the fact that she was thinking ahead while she was catching that ball.
Ground ball to second. Up with, they got to be quick in there. Ortiz was a little slow to get that one, kind of bobbled it in the glove. And Ava Fisher able to beat out the throw with 2 outs.
Well, and over on third base, Matt Hamley was upset that the runner did not advance to third on that. She did a good job of not interfering with the ball on the ground or with the defender. And because of that, able to get to first base or get to second base while she kind of gave a little bit of a bobble to Layla Ortiz over there at second base and allow Ava Fisher to get down the line. The conversation, though, being had by head coach John Drake with the umpiring crew about whether that had any kind of interference over there at second base. Now, realizing there was no contact made on the play, the umpires are not going to do anything with this one because as the runner was advancing from first to second, she jumps over the ball, and sometimes it can get in the line of your sight as a defender. And they're going to go ahead and take this one to replay to see if there was any kind of interference created.
Yeah, there's a long list of reviewable plays. Runner or runner batter interference on batted balls is reviewable.
And typically interference comes when you make contact with the defender as a runner. I did not see any contact made in that situation. While she did impede her line of sight, there's nothing in the rule book saying you can't do that. I mean, intentionally, you can't stand in front of them and like wave your hands, right? But she was just advancing from first to second in her natural path. What you have to do as a defender in this situation, though, is make sure that you move forward so that you get in the baseline.
Looks like they're challenging the play at first to see if it was safe or out.
Oh, good look by the crew to show you that that foot does hit down before the ball gets into the glove. Yeah, really nice look by our camera crew to be able to slow that one down.
But back to that play, and you're right, as a second baseman, to get that interference call, you want to come up and make that play. You see a runner charging hard from first, it is tough to program yourself to go, let's get in the way of this hard-charging bull heading to second base.
Yeah, these girls are playing softball, not football. And when you're not wearing pads, that one's going to hurt a little bit. But your job as a defender is to go next level and get in the way of the runner if possible.
So first and second with 2 outs here for Ohio. Top of the 5th here, 2 out, 3-0 Ohio, elimination game. Loser heads home, winner survives another day. Zara Burt showing bunt. Runners going, throw down, not in time. And when I say not in time, shortstop Gutierrez. Tough to get over there so quickly on that play when the third baseman's charging on the bunt.
Yeah, you and I have talked about that quite a bit in this tournament, Matt, about how hard it is as a shortstop to be able to cover that much ground while holding your position for a batted ball.
Now base hit could score 2. Look at Jada. Jada Drake with another nice play erases the 2 on base. California needs to solve their Mila Hamley problem. It is 3-0 Ohio. Hamley with 8 strikeouts so far. She struck out 2 in each inning. California trying to change that trend next.
No day of rest here at Athletes Unlimited. Foul territory. Oh my goodness! And she'll make it with a slide. The action is unlimited, making every swing and every moment count.
History will be made this year as professional softball comes to Greenville, North Carolina. First ever Athletes Unlimited Pro Games. Little League Softball World Series on Wednesday. Learn more at littleLeague.org/athletes unlimited.
Well,
like I said earlier today, it was today. Sometimes in the middle of summer, I have no idea what day it is. And I was even telling Victoria, hey, how about those games later on today? She's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. We're not going to play. That's tomorrow here, as they're just celebrating today and allowing the professional athletes to be in the stands and support the Little Leaguers in Greenville.
Well, and I wonder if any of these players on the field realize that there's college coaches actually sitting in the stands. They're able to get themselves on some radars, maybe a little early. While it's a violation to contact them, right? But they're required to be here for their job.
Is this a open recruiting period in softball in the middle of summer?
Not when you're 10, 11, and 12, no.
That'll change. 1-2, Hamley continues to deal.
Yeah, but you've got head coaches sitting in the stands. You've got assistant coaches sitting in the stands of top-level Division I programs. Pretty cool to be able to play in front of them now.
9th strikeout of the day for Hamley.
Big day for Hamley in the circle. Not only is she throwing with velocity that's getting by these California players, but she's also been able to just go up in the zone. She's looking to throw that no-hitter. So far, got it.
I did not mention it.
I did.
But I had not said it at all.
It is my job as an analyst to talk about what is going on in the game. And while people in the dugouts and in the stands don't want to talk about it, it's my job to document what is happening.
I like how they put up your name. They just put it up right now. Just so you know, the person who said it was the female that's on that screen.
Hey.
Jenny Dalton Hill.
Cheering for everybody here.
Annika Garcia swings and misses 0-2.
Now a little more velocity coming from Mila Hamley. Maybe she did hear me say the superstitious issue of mentioning the no-hitter.
Hamley gets that outside and high corner. 3 straight strikeouts for Hamley.
And she's held to the pattern that she said, at least 2 strikeouts in every inning so far today.
Exactly 2. Going to try and strike out the side for the first time today. 10 strikeouts for Hamley. Through 4 2/3 innings is Anya Kapoor now at the plate. This is a California team that has 1 hit so far this week. Came last night against Texas.
And that Texas squad has a ton of returners. They are the reigning World Series champion from a year ago, and Zenaria Hughes back in the circle for them again this year.
Just her second 2-0 count. She says, I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's go 2-1.
And while Mila Hamley throws in the circle, she actually gives me kind of thoughts about Montana Fouts. The way that they carry themselves, the way that her levers move through her motion.
There's mom, Darren Hamley, one of the coaches this week. She and her husband in the dugout for the Central Regional Champs. How about that? Mom and dad in the dugout, and daughter continues to deal, but does give up the walk. Just the 3rd walk of the day for Hamley. A 2-out base runner here in the 5th for California.
Well, and superstitions run pretty steep in this family. When we talked to Coach Matt Hamley about it, he said, I could write a book about all of the things we have to do, whether it's where we eat breakfast or the parking spots we park in. Mila actually broke a belt earlier before coming to the World Series and carries a piece of that in her back pocket.
They are so superstitious, that family. How do you think they would feel with you mentioning what Mila Hamley's doing right now?
I'm going to need protection leaving the field if anything happens.
Okay. 1-1. Yeah, Matt Hamley says, his wife Darren says, you can't ask certain questions or talk about certain things in the dugout. Don't want to jinx things. That rule does not apply up here. 21 swing and misses.
And not only has she got great movement today, but she's really picked up the velocity and been consistent in how hard she's throwing, mid to upper 50s, using that rise ball to be really good against this California squad.
Ten strikeouts for Mila Hamley. She had 6 on Sunday in the loss to North Carolina. Family's here. Grandpa is here as well. What a moment. That one, though, drops over the first baseman's head. Great house. Rounding second and heading to third is Kapoor. And now heading to second base is Hannigan. So with 2 outs in the 5th, Aspen Hannigan breaks up the no-hitter. And now the tying run comes to the plate.
And this pitch up in the zone like a lot of the others, but the difference being Aspen Hannigan able to take that pitch away over the head of Tori Greathouse over there at first base. And what they do, they get the ball into the infield really quickly, but aggressive base running by Hannigan puts her in scoring position.
For the first time, California has a runner past first base. Hamley not wasting time, 0-1. Brooklyn Scott walked her first time up in the 2nd. Got to think their last best chance here for California. That one is foul, and now 0-2. An excuse me type of check swing. Didn't really mean to touch the softball at all. Goes down the right field line for the first hit of the day for Hannigan in California. And just their 2nd hit of the week.
And that tells you the kind of velocity that Hamley is throwing if you can check swing it that far.
Brooklyn Scott, they need something here. This one to second. Burt up with it, out number 3. To our left, first hit of the day for California. No hitter is broken up. No one jinxed it here in the booth. 3-0 Ohio. Little League Softball World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Matt Schick alongside Jenny Dalton-Hill will be calling the next game as well. Canada and Connecticut, another elimination game. Loser goes home, winner survives. Another day in Greenville. Same with Italy and Oregon and North Carolina from right down the street here in Pitt County, taking on the Philippines. Greenville, North Carolina, Elm Street Park, Stallings Stadium. Back here yet again for another fun-filled week of Little League Softball. And right now, California trying to keep Ohio at bay. It's a 3-0 lead for Ohio.
Number 9,
Amadi Beardsley. Now at the plate for Austintown Little League. And a ground out RBI, her first time up in the second. Dallas Cowboy fan now in an 0-1 hole.
You say Dallas Cowboy, that's our first base camera guy's favorite football team. He's been trying to recruit everybody this weekend, right, Oz? Over there at first.
He can hear you. Everyone's a Cowboys fan. Big year for Dak Prescott, Oz. Big year for Dak. He is fired up. 3-0 Ohio. Two-1 to Beardsley. Fouled away.
Nice cut by Beardsley, but good movement by Drake to keep that ball down in the zone.
The 2-2. Beardsley was 1 for 12 in the regional. She is 0 for 2, 0 for 1 today. And 0 for 2 this week. This one fouled to the seats. But a productive at-bat in her out in the second inning.
Yeah, nice little drag bunt, able to put it down, score a run. I mean, it was impressive drag bunt, too, to be able to put that one down. She sacrificed herself, but put that 3 spot up on the board.
In there for a called strike 3. Oh, it's been a great week, and you know, there are food trucks out there, and we just had some food brought up. What is this?
Street tacos, Matt.
Street tacos are here. There's pineapple, there's shrimp.
There's only one, so I'm guessing you get it because I was the one that broke up the no-hitter. So it might be coming up from the dugout. Who knows?
Okay, so you're saying I should be the guinea pig to make sure there's nothing toxic in there. No, thank you. The food trucks are out here. We invite everyone to come out here to Greenville. Grab some food. There are 4 tacos in here. I mean, we could.
Are you willing to share?
You take the first bite, and I'll wait 10 minutes and then make sure you're okay. Ground ball is going to beat it out as the shortstop, Gutierrez, unable to field it cleanly. Should be an error on the shortstop and a base runner with 1 out.
Well, and I like an aggressive shortstop that moves through the ball, and the ball doesn't stay true to its hops. And what happens is she gets under the leather just enough to kick away and allow Ohio a base runner.
Gracie Fonda now at first. Bella Mattern at the plate. Bella Mattern, 11-year-old out of Austintown Middle School. Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Sorry, Oz.
Much to the chagrin of our first base cameraman. Some Super Bowl history there. I heard he grunted in our headset. Barger, nice play to second. Is the foot off the base? It was. The throw might have taken her foot off the base. I'm not sure Ortiz ever really had her foot established on second base. And now a couple of mental errors leading the 2 runners on.
What you have to do as a second baseman coming over to get that play is put the foot on the bag and stretch to the ball. It's hard when you're moving laterally over to second to then reverse and go back to make that catch. But the thing that's important about that is she had her priorities set. Ball first, then bag. So she prevented the ball from getting to the outfield, but it does allow the runner to get in there safely.
That was a close play at second base. It looked like that foot might have gotten to that base before the runner did, but no challenge, no review, and here we are. The charging an error to the second baseman. Now trying to make the tag. No tag. Out at second. Can't turn the 2. That was a ground ball where we could have seen a triple play. With 1 out, wouldn't have had that. Actually, it was no outs. I'm sorry, but it was a tailor-made triple play if there were no outs. Jenny Dalton Hill.
I like your optimism there, Matt. But more than anything, it's a heads-up play by the shortstop who had just committed an error on that ground ball. So great job flushing that moment and coming right back and being aggressive through the next play. Good job, heads up to try to get the tag. Only gets 1 out, though.
So Mattern is erased at second. Now runners on the corners, and Coach Drake will come on out and have a conversation with his daughter and the rest of the crew. Let's listen here.
Did you tag her? Did you tag her? No, not even close? So I don't want to go try to, so you missed her. Okay. Hey, all we need is 1 out, you guys. Don't worry about that run. Just get the out. You understand? Hey, understand? Just get the out. Make a play, get the out. We got to run first. That's it. You want to throw, hey, you want to try to throw her out? Okay, hey. Just go 1 then back to 1. Got it, Jay? First and third. Just 1.
Instructions there saying you want to try and throw her out? Well, not sure they're going to do that.
No, Puerto Rico was a team that was like, yeah, I'm going to second and I'm getting her out. But in this situation, they're going to throw right back to the pitcher and allow that runner to advance. But she has to be careful as she does this to cover home.
And now the runner from third running home. They got to get the out before she crosses the plate, and they do not. And Matt Hamley, the third base coach, loving what he sees, wants to make sure the run is counting. It does. They'll take the out for the run. And Matt Hamley sees.
You can't run 20 yards to get her. You make the throw, get the out. Okay, hey, they got 1 more. That just means a bigger hill for us. Let's go.
See if they can do it. Coming up. The Little League Softball World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Great scene today. Athletes Unlimited on hand. They're going to be playing games tomorrow. We saw Victoria Hayward, former Canadian Olympian and now assistant coach in Washington, throw out that first pitch. Kelsey Stewart and company, everyone having a good time. We mentioned the food trucks out here. It's a week-long party in eastern North Carolina, and Ohio's ready to extend their stay. A 4-0 lead over California. Mila Hamley had a no-hitter through 4 innings. 4 2/3. To be precise, it may or may not have been broken up by a broadcaster in the booth who mentioned it a couple of times, documenting history and paying the price.
Well, it was on the screen, too. So I'm going to say the truck had something to do with it as well. But they brought us tacos, so I'm not going to place the blame at their feet.
Control truck, you're blaming them and giving credit to the food truck.
No, I'm saying I won't blame the control room because they brought us the tacos.
I see.
So.
Gotcha. Mila Hamley, we'll see when she watches this back if she feels the same way. But
she won't.
4-0, the entire family's going to bar you from the next game. Lila Ortiz, California facing elimination here after the loss yesterday to Texas. They had one hit yesterday. They have one hit today. And this is a team that is not unaccustomed to facing elimination. Had to win a few of those such games in the regionals. In fact, they were down 4-3 in the 5th inning in a game they eventually won against Arizona in the regional. And in the NorCal championship game at States, tied at 3 in the 8th, gave up 5 runs and came back and won it 10-8 in the 9th. So there is some belief there, but there hasn't been a lot to sink your teeth into this week offensively.
No, but it's the bottom of the lineup that really carried the team offensively, winning through the losers bracket. So they're at the exact right part of their lineup to be able to come through here.
Three-two count here. Layla Ortiz got to find a way to get on base to start the 6th. Fouls it away again.
When we talked to Coach Drake about that regional run, he said, you know, we're battle tested now. We had so many tough games, and he said through that, he was able to come up with a little bit of a motto: if you let us hang around, our moxie will take you down. Right now, looking for some moxie out of these bats to score some runs.
8th pitch of the at-bat. Staying alive, moxie at the plate. So that was heard Michelle Smith make that comment in the studio after the game. So that team has a lot of moxie. Said, you know what, I like that word. We're going to use that word for our motto.
Well, this group definitely wants to stay, so it's going to come down to, can they put enough runs on the board to extend this game?
In there for a called strike 3. Strikeout number 11 for Hamley. 1 away in the 6th.
Hamley is doing so well in the circle, just using the corners of the plate. So good, allowing just that 1 hit last inning, 3 walks, but there, her 11th strikeout. She's had 2 strikeouts in every inning. Is she going to be able to match that number here?
Lily Ferguson, the 13-year-old from San Jose. That one is grabbed by the first baseman, Greathouse, and quickly 2 away in the 6th. California coming a long way from San Jose. And a couple of losses staring right at them in the span of about 15 hours. Swing and a miss here for Garapaldi Munoz. And a magical run, though, for California. Albert in Little League out of San Jose. Outside corner, 0-2.
And Garibaldi Munoz has a lucky hair tie that she keeps in every game, hoping that's going to bring her a little bit of luck to get out of this at bat.
Swing and a miss. Mila Hamley putting the finishing touches on a complete game 1-hitter with 12 strikeouts, 2 Ks in each of the 6 innings. What a gem for Hamley as Ohio stays alive and sends California home.
Well, and it can be hard to stay active defensively behind a pitcher like Mila Hamley, who has been able to just mow down so many hitters. Kudos to Northern California, Almondin Little League, who was able to make it here to the World Series. A tough moment for sure, knowing that they're going to have to go home.
12 strikeouts. That is tied for the most strikeouts by a pitcher in this year's World Series, with Abigail Heidbrink of Canada, who we will see coming up next for Canada in an elimination game. So again, Ohio will play tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern time, in another elimination game against either North Carolina or the Philippines. That will be on ESPN+. We got Connecticut coming up against Canada in an elimination game. Coach Hamley and Ohio getting it done here today.
Yeah, definitely a big handshake for the California team. Congratulations on making it to the World Series.
Ohio scores their first runs of this tournament and gets their first win of the tournament. For Robin, our producer, Monica, our director, everyone behind the scenes helping us out, both on the field and in the control room, in the control truck. For Jenny Dalton-Hill, Dan, our stats man, I'm Matt Schick. 4-0 Ohio with the win.